Hi, my name is Steph, Ophiuchus. If you'd like to come on in and have a seat for some symbolic support, I've made an ink blot made in your name and essence. This is Ophiuchus's, yes. If you'd like to take a screenshot there so you can scry on your own time and terms for shapes and symbols that speak to your psyche and psychic senses. We'll also add on tarot and oracle, and we will have GhostTube here kicking for any audio additions that may further inspire or irritate. Receive or release freely, of course. Opies, I'm a little under the weather, so I apologize for the sultry sound, but I'm doing my best. Hopefully it's okay. If you would like to open up with me, you're more than welcome to, or you can fast forward through. Taking a moment, nice deep breath, closing the eyes, cleansing the palette of perception, releasing the race and the rush, activating the abstract mind and ancient awareness to perceive and receive symbolic support. In the name and honor of the Ophiuchus Collective. Opies, as always, thank you so much for being my muse, for holding space for me to share my insights and allowing me to be a guest in your aura. Gratitude, Glor. Let's see what the aura of early January has for you. You know the drill as well. If you see, sense, or feel anything, please feel well to comment below, but always use your intuition first versus listening to my yammerings. All right. I'm going to dig in here. You had a few things come out. It is bright. I always like being in the Opie aura. All right. Either kidney beans, almost like Jack and the Beanstalk. And also lungs.
Randy.
And seeing a mustache, like the Quaker Oats guy. Yeah, or it's like a grandfather figure. Could even be you. You're from a feminine perspective, I see it as like the crone energy coming through. So, male crone energy coming through. I apologize. Well, let's keep doing this. This is great. There's a lot of creation happening. I notice like when I'm in here, I feel like I'm going out into space, but like through a portal. It's like, see this, it's almost like a Paddington Bear or a Teddy Ruxpin. Thank you. A Teddy Ruxpin. If that symbol means anything to anyone. And do you know what's interesting? It's a Teddy Ruxpin.
Spirits are here.
Yes, spirits are here. Thank you. And or if you ever watch the show Elf, they're it's like in the same realm. Anyway, Elf doll. I guess that shows age, but age is wonderful, so that's great. Anyway, so I'm paying attention. I'm coming up to this Opie's right along here. It's like this cusp of something. And there's another being here. It feels like a guardian, I'm seeing it as a staff. And you've met the staff different times, or you know a certain password. You know some sort of key. I don't know what it is. It helps the staff. Thank you, Leafy. It helps anyone else that tries to get access to this portal. They have to leave, because I don't know if it's in the Ophiuchian aura in general as a collective. There's some sort of agreed upon individual key, passcode. Oh, I just heard honorable intention. And as that unlocks, and then I can, if it's passed through, right? Obviously you do, but I'm just seeing it. I feel a little honored that I even get to see this. And then you get to go through, and it's almost like this, again, I want to say it's like a spiral of creation, but it reminds me of space, because then different things are starting to like draw in. And this is like where I feel, Opies, you get to see this. Now, maybe this is your apothecary type thing, your Akashic apothecary. I know you guys got out there somewhere. Maybe this is like the the space version, or it's held in space in a pocket. There's a pocket. Is this a pocket? Excuse me. There's a river of green when I'm looking at this. And this river of green, it's almost like what's the veins of earthly existence. I might have to cough again. Excuse me. Hold on. Cheers. Okay. It's like this earthly energy and the veins of it.
What date is
you
it?
meet it in some different space time or some different energy pocket, and you get to communicate with the culmination of earthly energies, the people of Earth, the animals of Earth, the entities of Earth, the ants, the minerals, and you get to see things that are being added. Also, souls coming in. I can't say I've gotten that a whole lot in my reading. Souls coming in. Different kinds of souls, different energies coming in it with this same honorable intention of this like path through excuse me, pass through, pathway, pocket, portal. Fascinating stuff. Fascinating stuff. Okay, sorry. And then I'm seeing, okay, Night Rider? Night Rider. Okay, so this, now whether this is in your personal life to professional life to the collective, it's always very tough for me in the Ophiuchus collective to recognize what's personal to the collective aura, because I feel you guys work in the collective very personally. I know, anyway, that's probably not the greatest way to say that, but hopefully you know what I'm trying to say. This Night Rider, especially a being of like the purple, because I keep seeing some sort of it's like I want to put a star here, and then it's like a shooting star Night Rider that is tuned into, maybe it's your heart. Again, my apologies, I'm so sorry. This is probably the most talking I've done though in a long time. Anyway, it's plugged in, and it's almost like it connects into the beingness of the Earth's energy, and I'm hearing it like I think it's from Weezer. The song, something about pulling a sweater string. If this is the sweater of Earth, and this is the string, the river of it, and you guys come in and you help it, and there's something being cut off, because when I want to wander in here, what's being cut off in this very little vessel on this side, it's not cut off on this side, which is interesting, because I feel like it's like one half
Margaret
is excuse me, breaking free, and the other half is because I'm seeing it like a frayed wire, but it hasn't yet disconnected. And what it's trying to disconnect from, or again, maybe this is on a personal level of things that you are working through. It's this mountain, but it's not a mountain in the traditional sense, the way I'm feeling it. It's more like a mountain of mashed potatoes that have gone bad. Yeah. Do you know what this also feels like, Opies? And I know I can be very frank with you. Feels like rotten food. This doesn't feel like for you. Now, maybe you're very aware, or you're looking even more deeply at what settles with you and adds nutrients, and what adds or takes away from, like what's rotten. And I don't mean that so harshly, but it's the word that came through. I also want to know, okay, I'm being asked to go back to the bigger space of it, so I'm going to do that. In this darkness of sorts, I'm going to call it this darkness because I feel like this is like the shadow aspect, and there's a lot of words I can use here, but they all get triggered by the algorithm or something like that, so I'm going to try and be mindful. However, if you can imagine, yeah, good. We're gonna try not to do that. But you have an idea, right? For all the positive and good that there's also an existing partnership that exists, right? So this feels like an energy entity mountain that is like
Monday.
Rotten food from one perspective, and it's being fed to other people, places, or things. So whether this is actual food, frequencies, do you know what I mean? It's like getting coal for Christmas, even though you've been good. There's a point trying to make, or a punishment, or a power game going on, and you're aware of this. But here's the funny thing: when I keep coming back to it, is you're aware this mountain that maybe is a group of people. It could maybe it's a society, whatnot. You're aware the mountain or the presence that it may present itself in, even subtly, in the frequencies of different things. This mountain's really made of mashed potatoes, and it can crumble with like a river of gravy. And I feel like you are the river of gravy when working with that. It's the Teddy Ruxpin and the elf. You this ability to see, thank you, which, okay, hold on. If you don't know much about Teddy Ruxpin, the very little that I can remember is he was like a doll, bear maybe. At the point you would pull the string and he would say things.
Feel?
And the elf doll from a different planet. Now, okay, Opies, I'm not getting stuck on that it's off planet, but we'll just leave it there. There's energies in this rotten mashed potato mountain that you're very aware of that are just, their strings are being pulled and they're saying the same thing over and over again. That is even from outside of them. So it's like you're even aware that they might think that they are in a place of power or whatever it is that they're doing. This isn't about taking power away from anyone, right? This isn't about, in order for my power to feel better, I need to dismantle or diminish another's. This is the Opie wisdom. No. It's like my power's intact. Ophiuchus guest here, so thank you. But there's a duty amongst your aura that's there, and I feel like it's inherent in all of you. That doesn't mean there's a pass fail about it, but there's an awareness. There's an awareness of what is nutrients and what's gone bad. The expiry date, the best sell by date is. And somebody keeps trying to sell the collective or even amongst your own world something that's gone past that date. And you're like, no, thank you. No, thank you.
Sit down.
Take a seat, sit down. No, thank you. I hope this is making sense and I'm not butchering it, trying to work through my snuffle up against here. But let's keep going. Okay. I also want to note that in your pre-shuffle, the river card came up. And when I was looking at the Knight Rider, and I want to slide that in there and see how you are protected by a very specific shape. So I'm going to leave that there for you if that means anything to you. But also this coloring of the greens, reds. And if I follow this earth, I want to almost like do it like this. I want to see it roll with all these colorings. And they come in through this river, this portal of sorts, this pocket in dimensions. And there's something trying to be preserved by this mountain. It's hidden. it's hiding something. I don't, it's all very, very curious. Okay, if I dive right deep in there, please, if you're on a phone, you can zoom in. There's something happening where this is sitting on top of two other creatures. I don't know if they're being tunneled or funneled deeper into the mountain. Oh, it's all very curious. Something about dry cleaning as well. I don't know if somebody's dry cleaning or... I don't know. I'm just going to leave that there, dry cleaning. See, I feel like with these night riders, it's almost like as if your energy can follow these lines and it travels. Even maybe in and under these. Somebody or something might be being held a little bit captive right now. I don't, maybe it's you if you're a little upset with something, disappointed. I keep hearing like, don't personalize it. Don't hold that. If there's someone or something within the self or without the self that feels stuck, that's being sat on by a Santa of sorts, and even that Santa feeling, I think I said it before, even that Quaker Oats, it's all kind of like in the same realm. Don't focus on the stuck, focus on the freeing. I don't know what that means either. So I also want to know, this is turning into a bracelet. It's like one of those wrap bracelets. Or maybe it's a magnetic bracelet. Something about keeping you in tune, in magnetic alignment. Because I'm seeing it like the compass. It's like a true north or something like that. Okay, this is helpful. Your angel number card that came in was 1010. I am patient. And maybe this is what this is about.
No.
Keep your thoughts positive and be patient as everything is working out for your highest good. Trust that your angels are working behind the scenes to help you. I am patient. You also had here the frog rune that popped out. I shall bring such beautiful little guy up to see you. Is he coming clear? I don't know. And this little guy, the frog spirit brings creativity, patience, and life transition and acceptance of our many differences. Frogs adapt themselves to land and water and are able to live in two different worlds. Your spirit frog can help you leap out of your established habits so you can start anew and open up to new opportunities. Oh, that's kind of like fascinating here. Opie's that both are about patience. Patience. If you're sitting on something, and maybe I'm misinterpreting this when I was focusing on that point, you could be sitting on something because you're like nurturing it. Now I'm seeing it as a Care Bear. Interesting, right? I'm seeing it as a Care Bear, but it's the gruffy one. Like he's grumpy, but he cares. Just because he's grumpy, but he cares because he's sitting on something. I'm sitting on an idea. I'm also seeing, is it Pebbles and Bam Bam? It's like nesting or incubating something. There's an idea. And I feel like even before then, it's important for you just to stay positive. And I'm not saying in like some cheery, false positive way. That the magnetic alignment. Tune in with north. Something about the directions wish to work with you as well, if they aren't already. But it's almost like, just turning and pausing and facing east and breathing in the energy of east or west, north, south, especially when it's feeling dark. Or if you're where I am right now, it's very gray all the time, and it can be hard to find the quote-unquote the light, the colors in life. But you can find it through going through this pocket by following the river, the veins of existence, even of your own existence, and never feel bad for sometimes having to disconnect from the collective energy, oracally speaking. and drawing in the benefits for your life. It's like everyone wants you to be stronger. Everyone wants you to do really, really well in life. So to be of service to the self and then also to the surrounding collective. These energies that want to come in, it's like there's a culmination point right here that it's just so beautiful. They converse, Opis. I feel like you do converse with the other energies. That's why I keep saying like east, west. It doesn't have to be directions in the traditional sense, but that's one energy that steps forward to support you and work with you. It's also something about a school. We're starting something about a group coming through. There's an older gentleman here that's walking away or walking towards something. The way I'm seeing it is that he has... imagine if you're like a kid with like a fort, and you would have somebody dressed up with, like, say, a strainer as a cap, and, you know, maybe football pads as padding, and it's like they're marching back and forth, protecting something. That's what I feel like I'm seeing. Something about hips as well is coming through. The hinge point of this feels earthly. It could be your earthly existence. Excuse me. Or because you're very much so... it's like you are an embodiment reflection of the earth's energy. So it's very curious. And I like the feeling. Don't get me wrong. It's just so I'm like, is it personal? It's not the point. Something in the hip area. Hinging and flexibility. Something... hip health. I'm just going to put in hip health there.
I'm stuck.
But yeah, especially if you're feeling stuck or stiff, right? Hip health, hip hop, something along that lines. So your cards that came out, and I will show them to you in just 1 second. Yeah, okay. Thank you. Oh, okay. Is this coming through, or do I get that? Gemini, rescue, Omega, limitless. This is where, there we go. Shine a light on the Opies. If you've made it through this far with me, and please do, if you haven't already, like, share, subscribe. I apologize if I've been rambling on with the stuffy nose. This is the feeling of the whole, it's like the elf and the Teddy Ruxpin. You know when people are just speaking because their strings are being pulled, and they say the same things over and over and over again. But then sometimes I want to admit there's something to be said for... Angel. You know, a parent or a grandparent, some sort of traditional way or tradition of, you know, don't touch the hot stove. Don't touch the hot stove. Don't touch the hot stove. You know what I mean? Sometimes there's a simple brilliance in it, and somebody might not be listening to that, whether that's you or somebody else. Okay, thank you. So, I got to bring you back down here. But even the elf and the Teddy Ruxpin, the Santa... and the Quaker Oats grandfather feeling. There's two, how I'm hearing it, along with all these other things, there's these two ways of seeing everything. It's seeing the mountain of mashed potatoes and a mountain of rotten mashed potatoes. You're very, very aware of what is medicine and what's medicine and what's medication. Does that make sense? I feel like it makes sense somewhere. Yeah, okay. It's also somebody with bushy eyebrows. They have come in to help you as you are helping. Okay. Because you are also connected, and I think you know this, when you go through like this portal here of this staff. Because remember I was talking about that coloring up here quite specifically. It's the color of this card, the Omega, the Limitless, the Nebula. Right in there. Swan. That's the energy you have access to in the veins of Earth Sweater. Jack and the Beanstalk, like, you have something lucky about you. That doesn't necessarily mean it's easy or anything gets any easier about it. It just, I can't help but acknowledge that. And also in the guidance, see, there's that ship. It's like sailing through it. Through Opis. It's like you sail like knight riders of the earth and pirate ships of the galactic seas through the omega of the limitless, and you can sail these rivers that we've acknowledged, the veins to help people maybe in this feels very subconscious realm. For you, it might be work that you do in the evening, because there are some small humans. Again, I'm coming into the Teddy Ruxpin, teddy bears, and the little frogettes. The patients, you have cultivated over time to know, to serve and protect the work that you do subconsciously, multidimensionally. But when you're in your, maybe waking state, or for a portion of you in your waking state, you got to go to work and, do all the great mundane things because you are very aware of the earthly work that you're doing. But it's like to do things, meditation, whatever these things are for you, so that when you do your esoteric work, I'm going to call that your esoteric work or your occult work, however you want to feel about it. Not that it has to be in those terms to trigger anybody, just meaning that it's very inner and it's hidden from the surface, because it's like, I can't get away from it sometimes. Your sign works like the Secret Service, spiritually, metaphysically, possibly even very tangibly physically, if some of you work.
Please go.
Yeah, I'll leave it at that. You know if you know. And then we have here exhilaration and destiny. It is all very exhilarating.
32.
It is all very exhilarating because you are on your line of destiny, or at least that's how it makes me feel, because I can see the veins running through it all over the place. It's an honorable intention when you meet that staff of like your own sword of destiny, but you meet this creature because it's not earthly. I don't think it's ever been earthly. Like when you go to that portal pocket and that staff thing's there, it's never been human before. But it's like you step up to it, to this portal, and your honorable intention is intact and gives you access to this. Yes, it's like the statues of seeing from all perspectives. Something keeps asking you to have a little bit more fun if you're not already. Okay. Protection and ingenuity. Yeah, see, you are...
Monster.
You protect others from monsters. Even if this is in the multi-dimensional space of all that is. The eye of God. Like, seriously. Opis. I don't want to act surprised, because by no means should I act surprised when I'm in your aura. That your destiny is in line with protecting the pure, protecting the good food, or, diverting others from what's rotten, and not others like... I feel like it's just, it brings an awareness, or it highlights something. When things are rotten, something rotten's going on underneath the surface, and you can tell. The ability, also some of you might have the ability to like remote view through things, like underground, into mountains, or into trees. And why I keep saying this is because you have this river, this vein of energy with the earth. So it's like you're granted permissions, but there are times like maybe when you meet other mountains, or maybe you've met a mountain and then you don't gain access to it. And sometimes it's respect of privacy, of course. That's not what I'm talking about, wandering into other people's privacy. No, this feels like again, I'm part of like a SEAL team or something like that. I don't know what it is. Part of a secret service or a SEAL team. And I hear the calls. I hear the calls. Maybe you're mediums. Maybe you're lawyers. Some of you could be writers as well, like you channel writings. Some of you might hear like the calls in your sleep, or are given direction in the sleep state by God. Whatever God is to you, whomever God is, whatever concept of that is. Does that make sense? Oh my goodness, Opies. I truly hope I have not butchered this in my state of stuffy stuff. But I truly want to say, like, this is very bright star. Okay, I'm going to just take a quick boo here. If you haven't already, please do like, share, subscribe. You totally warmed my haunted heart. I have no idea if I said that. But thank you. And I'm going to add on just a few cards here. There we go. Perfect. Let's see if I see anything else. And we will flip this to scry from another perspective for the aura of like the end of January. But we'll see in a few weeks, or sorry, I'm all over the place. Okay, so we have here self-worth, letting go, and fragment. If those mean anything to you, please take them in. This is what I feel like I sense within myself. Your sense of self-worth, if it hasn't already, please hear from the cosmos. Please let go your transformations. Let them be free to fly, to grow stronger. You've already done so many transformations. I don't know if this is how everyone feels, or again, this is what you're noticing. I feel very, very aware that these fragments that I'm sensing. Okay, I gotta bring this down here for a second. Thank you. Some of you also might be like a counselor, going to counseling, working with others about self-worth, or have been in prison or in jail and reestablishing a sense of worth. It's really quite beautiful, and it's quite an example. But by doing so, it's like you've done your time. I know you need to let go of these transformations and let the butterflies go free. Let the butterflies go free. The ghosts of your past, if they choose to return, is up to you, because you're gonna want to interact with them again to reaffirm a lesson, but I feel like they come forward, fragments of you, past parts and pieces come forward if they are to be of service. Like, they're a strength. They're coming forward in their strength, not in their maybe in their negative aspect. I'm going to call it very simply. I keep seeing like also like investigators. So somebody might be investigating something. You might be literally investigating other things going on. I'm also seeing a dog. Somebody might be seeing something, or you see something. Again, it's like with this fragment card. If you know me, I'm going to follow the art first. But the way I'm seeing it is like the spirits of the trees talk to you. The spirit of mountains. I don't know what this is. It could be like psychometry, or just simple understanding of the mycelium of the multiverse. And how I connect in and I tune in, and energies will step forward to me. Okay. I'm going to get ready to close out here, Opie, so I don't want to take up too much of your time here. There's like tambourines, right? So it's like that toy, that monkey with the tambourines, right? Just, but I'm hearing something about that sound, like the Big Bang almost. Maybe in your life you're creating a Big Bang. You're changing things up. Your relationship is, spicing up, whatever it is that you want, need, and desire. But I can't help but I'm looking at this from a whole space versus like tuning in micro, macro. I'm seeing this master magician, and I'm seeing these as all these like planets. It's all these planets. But somebody's a little tired.
Where are we?
Somebody have an apprentice? Looking for an apprentice, or you're willing to be an apprentice again to feel or inspire that kind of youth feeling, that student feeling. And then you're also very much so aware, like I said, of this, like this all feels very colorful, like the colors of creation, the cosmos, the mage of the cosmos, or the sage of space. And then there's this dark mage lasso that's, I don't know if it's keeping anyone in line or some sort of imprisonment feel, but it just, you know about it, your eyes are on it, Opies are on it, and every other part of the Ophiuchian and other parts of consciousness is working with you. All you have to do is ask. All you have to do is ask. Even if it's in regards to your personal life, just ask. Just ask for the help. Because I feel like whether it's directions, magnetism, colors, trees, everything is willing to come in and help you. The spirit of such things. Because you're something about your honorable intention. You can be a care bearer and be grumpy too. It's a thing. But you work in the vein of it. And that is noticed and appreciated. Your honor and your power stays intact because it's not, I don't know the word.
I'm right here.
It doesn't hinge upon somebody else's being diminished. Yours stays intact. Opies, I'm going to let you go. Thank you so much for being my muse. Sorry if I rambled and I sounded stuffy and it was horrible to get through, but I promise I should be fine by the next round. As always, thank you so much. It's my honor, gratitude galore, and I will see you next time to Scry. Bye. Any final messages for our favorites, Ophiuchus? I am patient. Keep your thoughts positive and be patient. Everything is working out for the highest good.